Before you take your next sip of water, pause. Look at it. It appears pure, clean, life-giving. We trust it implicitly, turning on the tap or twisting a cap without a second thought. But what if that trust is misplaced? What if everything you've been led to believe about safe water is fundamentally wrong? The truth is far more complex and unsettling than you can imagine. Stay with me, because the most shocking revelations, and a secret that could genuinely protect your health, are still to come. You see that crystal clear liquid and assume it's safe. That's the illusion we've all bought into. We believe regulations protect us, that bottling companies are held to the highest standards. At least, that's what you think. But what if I told you that inside that very glass, hidden in plain sight, is a cocktail of contaminants? Something insidious, something that builds up over time, something potentially deadly. We're not just talking about dirt, we're talking about invisible threats. So-called forever chemicals like PFAS, leaching into our water from industrial waste, accumulating in our bodies with unknown long-term consequences. We're talking about lead from aging pipes in cities you'd assume are safe, silently impairing children's development. And then there are the microplastics, tiny fragments of our disposable world, now found in over 90% of bottled water brands and our tap water. These are the silent killers, waging a slow, relentless war on our health from the inside out. And this isn't a problem confined to a few isolated areas. It's a global crisis with a deeply personal impact. While we worry about invisible poisons in our homes, the stark reality for over 2 billion people is far more immediate. For them, a glass of water is a daily life-or-death gamble against diseases like cholera and typhoid. It's a silent pandemic that claims millions of lives, predominantly children, year after year. Yet, here lies the great paradox. While billions suffer from scarcity, other parts of the world waste this precious resource through leaking pipes and inefficient agriculture. This broken system affects us all. But there is hope, and it doesn't lie in some far-off expensive technology. Stay with me, because later in this video we will uncover a revolutionary purification method. It's a technique so simple and powerful it can be used by anyone, anywhere. We will explore the science, meet the experts, and hear the stories from the front lines. This is more than a video, it's a blueprint for survival. Water is everywhere. Oceans, rivers, lakes, rainfall, underground aquifers. It covers 71% of our planet. So why do we call it a crisis? Here's the secret. 97% of Earth's water is salty and undrinkable. Of the remaining 3%, most is frozen in glaciers and ice caps. That leaves less than 1% available for all of humanity. Surface water, rivers, lakes, streams. Groundwater, wells and aquifers. Rainwater, often collected but underused. Desalination, expensive but turning salt water drinkable. It seems enough, but in reality, that fraction is shrinking. Fast. While headlines focus on scarcity, a more insidious threat lurks in the water we have. It's a hidden enemy we created. This isn't about having water. It's about our water becoming a silent carrier of poison, turning the source of life into a vector for disease. The engines of our modern world, factories and industrial plants, are primary culprits. Annually, millions of tons of heavy metals, toxic sludge, and other industrial wastes are discharged into global waters. This cocktail of mercury, arsenic, and lead seeps into the water table. It's a slow poison, contaminating the water millions must use, accumulating in their bodies day after day. Then there's agricultural runoff. To boost crop yields, fields are doused with fertilizers and pesticides. Rain washes these chemicals into streams, triggering massive algal blooms that choke the water. This process, eutrophication, depletes oxygen, creating vast, dead zones where aquatic life dies. What looks clear on the surface can be a toxic desert just beneath. And what about plastic? Every bottle and bag that enters our waterways doesn't disappear. It breaks down into smaller fragments called microplastics. These tiny particles are now everywhere. Studies find them in bottled water and tap water systems globally. They've been discovered in the deepest oceans, and most disturbingly, inside us. In our blood, lungs, and even the placentas of unborn babies. The long-term health consequences are a terrifying unknown. In many parts of the world, the problem is more direct. Over 80% of global wastewater is released into the environment untreated. This means raw sewage flows into the same rivers communities rely on for drinking water. This creates a breeding ground for diseases like cholera and typhoid, which devastate communities and claim countless lives, especially children. The cost is measured in human suffering. The WHO estimates 2 billion people use a drinking water source contaminated with feces. Heavy metals from industry are linked to organ damage and cancers. Nitrates from agriculture can cause life-threatening conditions in infants. Diarrheal diseases from contaminated water remain a leading cause of death in young children. This is a global health crisis happening now, and this is not a problem confined to developing nations. While a child in rural Africa might face cholera, a family in Flint, Michigan was poisoned by lead in their tap water. Across the developed world, forever chemicals like PFAS contaminate water sources near industrial sites. The enemy is at everyone's gate. No one is safe. Engagement. Pause. If you've made it this far, drop A in the comments to stand for clean water as a human right. And hit like. It helps this message reach more people. The water crisis is not just about quantity, it's about quality. We have turned our planet's lifeblood into a chemical soup, a testament to our negligence. The evidence is undeniable, and the human cost is staggering. The question is no longer we have a problem, but whether we have the will to face this hidden enemy before it's too late. Every single day, over 700 children die from unsafe drinking water and poor sanitation. That's like a plane full of children crashing every day. Meanwhile, wealthier nations waste trillions of liters on golf courses, swimming pools, and leaking city pipes. And this isn't just a problem somewhere else. In Flint, Michigan, families drank lead-poisoned water. In Cape Town, South Africa, taps nearly ran dry. The crisis is global. It's not about them. It's about all of us. The scale of the global water crisis is terrifying, with invisible pathogens turning a simple glass of water into a potential poison. But humanity is fighting back. Across the globe, a quiet revolution is underway, waged with ingenuity and science. There is hope, and it begins with purification. The journey from contaminated source to safe, life-sustaining water is possible, and the methods are more accessible than you might think. Let's explore 5 powerful methods, from ancient wisdom to modern technology, that are turning the tide. 1. Boiling. The most ancient method is still one of the most effective. Bringing water to a rolling boil for just 1 minute kills most harmful bacteria, viruses, and protozoa. While it doesn't remove chemical pollutants, its simplicity makes it a vital first line of defense. 1. Filtration. This method physically blocks contaminants. Simple ceramic or sand filters serve entire villages, while advanced activated carbon systems in our homes can absorb chlorine and pesticides, dramatically improving taste and safety. It's a physical barrier against invisible threats. 1. UV treatment. Here we fight microbes with light. Water flows past a UV lamp and the radiation instantly scrambles the DNA of microorganisms, rendering them harmless. It's a fast, chemical-free process, often paired with a filter to remove particles first. 1. Reverse osmosis, or RO. This is one of the most thorough technologies. High pressure forces water through an ultrafine membrane, removing up to 99% of contaminants, including heavy metals like lead, salts, and industrial toxins. It delivers exceptionally pure water, though it does produce wastewater. 1. And finally, a method breathtaking in its simplicity and impact: solar disinfection, or SODIS. This isn't just a technique. For millions, it's a life-saving secret hiding in plain sight. The process is simple. Fill a clear PET plastic bottle with water and lay it in direct sunlight for at least 6 hours. The sun's powerful UVA rays, combined with heat, work to destroy the DNA of deadly pathogens. It's cheap, requires no electricity, and is profoundly effective. This WHO-endorsed technique is saving lives right now in communities across Africa, Asia, and Latin America, empowering families to create safe drinking water with nothing more than a bottle and the sun. While these methods are changing the world, securing your own home's water is also vital. For affordable and effective purification setups, from simple filters to advanced systems, we've compiled a guide. Check the links in the description below. So what can you do? More than you think. Reduce plastic use. Every bottle matters. Support clean water charities. Educate your community about water safety. Protect your own family with affordable purification tools. Even sharing this video makes a difference, because knowledge spreads faster than pollution. If you learned something new today, smash that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Share this with someone you care about, because water affects us all. Until next time, stay safe, stay hydrated, and remember, every drop counts.